Hello everybody, and welcome back. It's finally time. The new races came out, so welcome back. This is part 9 of 16 for this set of 2 packs of Mario Kart 8 DLC. And I say it that way now that I know that there will be more packs coming eventually. Within this next fiscal year, Nintendo has announced more packs. But anyways, as you guys already know by the thumbnail, the title, and the video that's playing in the background, this is the GameCube's one and only Baby Park. Now, Baby Park is the first race of the Crossing Cup, and it has 7 laps, just like the GameCube version. Now, I believe that the DS version had 6 laps. I don't know why. But anyways, the original had 7. But the nice thing about this is, while it has 7 laps, every lap the song speeds up until by the 7th lap it's very fast. And the thing is, not only does it get faster, it's not like they're speeding up the song, it's actually, you can tell, the musicians playing the song faster. And you can hear this because all of the trumpety parts are more forceful. They're not faster, they're just more force behind them because someone's trying to get enough air out quickly, and so you can tell they're just speeding up how they're going. So the tempo of the song just gets faster every lap, and that's really cool. But yeah, I mean, it's still got the pink and blue color scheme, which, I mean, what more could you ask for? Keeping it as accurate to the original as possible. Definitely doing a good job of that. The interesting new addition, though, is that the item boxes actually move. Now, they are starting around the positions that they normally did, I believe, which is right around the corners. But as they go, sets of 2 eventually branch off, and so they're no longer as connected. And I mean, I think that's just a really cool feature. But yeah, I mean, it's slightly larger than before. At least that's how it feels to me. I'm not sure if that's just kind of a feeling of it, or maybe they did widen it just to help it to have those 6 racers. Not 6 racers, 4 extra racers, going from 8 to 12. But it's a small track. It's very tight. It's very just the sharp turns. So it's still a very small, short laps track. And while it's small, it's also anti-gravity, so you're gonna get spin boosts off of people constantly. I mean, there's no spin boosters in the race, but I mean, there's people everywhere just spin boosting and spin boosting and spin boosting off of you, and that's just a really fun part of the race. It makes it a lot more hectic than the original even was. But I think this was in the DS version as well. There's a wall now in the middle, so shells and items like that don't go over that wall. I mean, you could probably get a banana over it if it didn't hit anything. But, I mean, the wall's in the way now, so it's a little less hectic in that regard, but that just means that the items are bouncing around in a smaller area as they go around the track. I mean, it goes extremely fast in 200cc. I mean, each lap is just gone before you even know it. But the turns can be tough on 200cc, especially if you have not mastered your brakes. If you can't brake well in that race, you are not going to do anything successful. Or anything skillful. None of that's going to happen. So, I mean, you just got to be careful to learn how to use your brakes. But now there's also a cool feature that they put in. The shortcuts that they added, they're just little corner cuts, one on each turn, weren't there before. So now they're adding in some corner cuts. And that just makes it a little more interesting, because then that makes mushrooms more useful and all that. So that's a pretty decent inclusion, I'd say. But I mean, sometimes you can overshoot. If you have a mushroom on 200cc especially, there's a high chance if you don't break almost immediately after you're out of the grass, you're gonna hit the wall. But I mean, the one thing that makes Baby Park is the fact that since it's so small, since there's so many lamps, you're never out of the pack. And because you're never out of the pack, there's items just all over the place. It's item chaos. But I mean, it's also hard to tell what place the people around you are in. So if there's someone ahead of you and you're like, oh, I need to catch up to them, that'll mean I'll win the race. Not necessarily. If you're in second and there's like 5 people in front of you, which one's in first place? You have to look at the map. And if you're in third, you have no idea who's in second. So you just know who's in first because of the crowd. But I mean, generally the blue shells are the most dangerous item in that race, because normally blue shells, they don't have a chance to hit everyone with their explosion. I mean, you could be right next to the first place person, throw it, and it'll just explode right there next to you. Kind of screwed yourself over. But I mean, lapping is like the most common thing in that race. You'll get all the way up to like 4th place sometimes. If you're on like hard difficulty AI, if they're on easy, you're gonna be passing up 2nd place several times. But I mean, it's got a very simple design. Even though they added a few things in, it's very simple. Nothing is too crazy happening other than the racers and the items and stuff like that. That's where all the hectic things come from. There's no real obstacles other than the walls. Maybe the grass now. But still, it's not a very complex race. But I mean, it can be somewhat tough. I mean, if you're trying to get the Grand Prix, it could give you some troubles easily. But I mean, Baby Park, great race all around. It's one of my favorites from the GameCube, and I was glad to see it come back. But anyways, that's everything for this one. So I want to thank you guys for coming back to watch the Mario Kart 8 DLC Impression Series, Part 9 now. Stay tuned for the next ones. Next one should be out tomorrow. So thanks for watching, and hope you loved it. If you liked this video and would like to see more, please subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on Google+, where we post behind the scenes things, funny pictures, and more. We hope to see you there.